With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Don't you dare play these guys this week. Today on SB Fantasy Football.
Oh, yeah, we gotta change the music up a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And welcome to the SB Fantasy Football Podcast with your pals Alan and Rapid Dave. I'm Alan.
I'm Rapid Dave. What's up?
You know what? Just living the dream, brother. How about you?
Oh, football.
Football is happening.
Oh, so excited.
People are hurt. People aren't playing. People are saying, I'm good. Like, Nick Bosa just got paid.
Fat contract.
Dude.
I almost wrecked my car trying to read that while I was going down the road. I was like, Jesus.
So many big numbers. But here we are. We're talking about guys to avoid playing in week one fantasy football. Now, this is an early look at this. We are recording this on Wednesday. But I still feel pretty confident with my choices.
I'm not playing any of these guys on any level, in any league, and probably won't even try to screw around with DFS with these people.
I've got one of these guys that I had on my team, and I traded him away.
Just got rid of him?
I'm not big on him this year, but especially week one.
Oh, boy.
Especially week one.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Like, there's some players I don't want to touch, don't want to play, don't want to even have anything to do with, and it's only week one, and my opinion is not going to change between now and Sunday, so we're going to lock them in.
Yeah, and I'm giving you 4 running backs in my don't play list and 1 wide receiver.
Okay.
So
I'm going to sprinkle maybe a little bit more, but you know what? Mine is really about like two teams. A lot of guys from 2 teams, but I did mix in a couple extra.
So you're going to tell me about a bunch of Arizona and Houston players.
I put people. I go not starting any Cardinals. But that's not even on my list. Go ahead. Number one. You know what? Real quick. Right now, the news came out. It hasn't been released about as far as if Kelsey's going to play or not. He's going to be a game time decision, so you want to make arrangement just in case he doesn't play tonight, or which would be tomorrow night, really. And also Cooper Kupp is out for the week, so just FYI. I mean, he was going to be on my list of I'm not playing him. It was going to be my take. Like, I'm done. He's not probably 100%, so I'm out on him.
Okay.
I even put Jerry Jeudy in there, too, because that hamstring. You know what I mean? Fast guys and hamstrings, they don't mix. Anyways, go ahead.
Number one for me is a guy that I had on the team that I inherited in a dynasty league, Josh Jacobs.
Okay.
I'm not playing, especially with him not being there for camp, for a majority of camp. How
is he ready?
You can't simulate football on your own, right? You can go and practice, you can run drills, you can do all that stuff, but that's completely different when you're actually there getting hit, running with other guys, things like that. I'm just not big on Jacobs this year. Years after guys have such a high usage as he did are typically a down year the next year because they were used so much the year before. So I'm out on Jacobs this year, this year, but definitely week one they're playing Denver, and they've got a good defense,
yep,
right?
Yep.
We'll see what the offense brings you this year, but I'm just out on Jacobs this year.
I would say it's a pretty good pick, on your part, especially week one. What kind of condition is he coming back in? I totally support it as well. Like, I didn't go after him in drafts and things like that, so just kind of left him alone. First guy I got on my list, Anthony Richardson. Everybody's talking about him, hyping him up. I was hyped about him in the summer, but it's his first game. I'm not risking it. Let me see. Let's get maybe a week or 2 sample size. There's a lot of guys that were out there talking about like how much they were really excited about him playing and whatnot. He's got a cannon of an arm.
That he does.
But you know what? Let me take the week off.
It's just kind of,
you know what I mean? Even if you're talking super flex like we have in the Strike Up Your Listener League, it's a guy I'm not going to start the first week. Who's your number 2 guy?
Number 2 for me is going to be DeAndre Swift.
I think he's on everybody's list.
That's you've got a crowded backfield there.
A ton.
And
it's a clown car of running backs.
Plus, you're playing New England.
Yeah.
Right? New England's got a good defense. Who knows what's going to be going on with the offense? But I don't see him as the number 1 out there. Possibly the number 2. But
I think he's more split in time with number 2.
There's going to be a lot of
number 1.
There's going to be a lot of splitting time. They tend to throw the ball a lot more than they do pass it. I'm not up on Swift. Like, he's shown who he is, and he's just not that guy. He has the talent and the ability to be him. I just think he lacks the willpower to be it. Like, he just doesn't have that extra gear to just kind of push him over the top and push for that extra.
Okay, I got you. Number 2, you're not going to like this. You're probably going to hate me for it. Aaron Rodgers.
I don't hate you.
It's against the Buffalo Bills. Tough. It's his first game with the Jets. I just don't know. I don't know how I feel because the last thing I saw him was give up on the field. He gave up last season, and especially the last game against Detroit. He just didn't care. And I'm like, I know we've been watching Hard Knocks and things like that. It looks like he's kind of rejuvenated, right?
Right, but didn't like last week he was just going off on guys, not running routes correctly and stuff. And this is the week before Randall Cobb is talking to all the wide receivers saying, hey, everything's good now until you guys start screwing up routes, not being on your spots. You got to stay on top of it or else the not fun Aaron Rodgers is coming out.
Right.
And then fast forward 1 week and there he is just going off on the sideline.
Yeah.
Right.
So I can't start him. It's a tough spot for him. Obviously, hey, welcome to the AFC East or whatever.
Playing the Bills. I mean,
they got the Bills, the Patriots, and the Dolphins. They're in a tough division, and they got Bills week 1. I'm out on him.
Okay. All right. Number 3 for me. I'm going to break up the running backs. I'm going to throw a wide receiver in there.
I swear our phones are going off like crazy.
D-Hop. I'm not playing D-Hop.
I'm not going to play him anytime this season.
I mean, at some point, I didn't draft him, so I don't have that problem. But at some point in time, I think, okay. But week 1, right out of the gates.
He's on Tennessee now, right?
He's on Tennessee.
Who's the quarterback out there?
I think it's Tannehill.
Look, if it's 5 years ago, Tannehill, maybe.
But they're a run team.
Yeah.
Right? You're playing the Saints, who have a good defense. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I'm just not up on D-Hop.
I got you. We're going to stay up in Buffalo.
I'm going to hurt your heart with the next 2.
Oh, God.
Just so you know.
James Cook.
Oh, okay. Maybe not.
He's playing against the Jets, man. Jets D is solid. He should be the RB1 out there in Buffalo, but Damian Harris is there. So, he's going to have so much trouble, I think, with goal line work with Harris and obviously Josh Allen being the quarterback there. That he just does the Cam Newton, the quarterback sneak, the QB option, and the quarterback sneak too many times.
James Cook is actually my number 4.
Okay,
so I can go ahead because this is a guy that you've been high on this year.
Yeah,
you've talked a lot about James Cook, and he's that guy now. Mm-hmm. And I just don't think he is. He hasn't shown me anything so far. And even going back to his college days, yes, he was good, but he was never that guy. He was never the number 1 guy anywhere he's gone. He's always been a side piece. Right?
Yeah.
And I just don't get the hype about him going into the season, especially when you said it. Damian Harris is there now, and Damian Harris is shown to be a number 1 back. I'm more on Damian Harris than I am James Cook, which worked out great for me in drafts because everyone's taking Cook, and I'm taking Damian Harris in like the 14th, 15th round. And people are like, who's that? Who's he even play for now? Well, he plays for Buffalo now, the team without a running back, essentially.
He's going to be a vulture, goal line vulturing like crazy all year. So I've given you 3, and I've got 2 left. And we're going to stay with running backs here.
Okay.
This is Isaiah Pacheco.
Okay.
He's going up against Detroit tomorrow. In this situation, it's not like, I just don't see him being the lead back. I just don't see it. I think McKinnon's going to take so much more work, especially if you're in a PPR league. I'm taking McKinnon over Pacheco 9 times out of 10. The only one time I'm not taking McKinnon, if he ain't got a leg, he's injured or something like that. That'd be the one time out of 10.
I don't think I would take him if he was missing a leg either.
But give me McKinnon. I love him in PPR formats as well, but I've never I like the potential of Pacheco, but we're just not getting. We're not seeing the potential. You know what I mean? We're not seeing the points on that. But so I'm out on him for this week.
Okay, all right.
Thursday night game too. It's kind of tough.
And my last one. I know this is a guy you like and you're kind of big on.
It's probably this guy I got now.
Is it Najee Harris?
No.
Najee Harris, I'm out on him week 1.
He's got a tough start.
They're playing the 49ers.
Oh, yeah.
And I've talked about a little bit because he's kind of been a guy been kind of down on this year. I just don't see him being that guy. I really like Jaylen Warren, and I see him coming in and taking a lot away from Najee. Mm-hmm. But you've got a really tough matchup in week 1.
Really tough.
And now, if Bosa wasn't going to be there, I'd change my mind a little bit, right? But Bosa's going to be there.
Oh, and he just got paid.
That's what I'm saying. He's got to show everyone, hey, I'm worth that money. And he just might do it by ripping off Najee Harris's leg. I don't know, man. But I'm just not big on Najee Harris this year. I'm not big on Pittsburgh this year. I know Tomlin always finds a way to be over 500. He's never been under 500 as a coach. Yeah. His teams are always right there in playoff contention, if not in the playoffs. I just don't see it this year. I don't think Kenny Pickett's that guy.
The refs helped them out quite a bit the last couple of years.
A little bit.
Oh, he gets that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He gets that discount. You know what I'm saying? Like he's got all right, flag. Yeah, we'll put it first down, buddy. Get in there.
But yeah. So Najee Harris is my last one. Who you got? Who's your last guy?
Last guy is an RB1 for most people. I mean, obviously, he'd be your first running back you're drafting, I think. Breece Hall. Everybody has crazy high hopes about him. Dalvin Cook's in town. I don't know if anybody knows that. And they hadn't even came out. Like, they're not even saying. Like, when I talked about him from the beginning, I said that he's going to rest. They signed Dalvin Cook. They're going to wear Dalvin Cook's ass out. They're going to let Breece Hall rest. Now they're talking about how they're going to split time kind of in the first game. But what does that even mean?
They're going to split time in every game.
Right? So what's the percentage?
Breece Hall is your running back of the future. Yeah. You brought Dalvin Cook in for kind of a bridge year to give Breece Hall time to really rehab that knee and get back, right? Mm-hmm. The first year after a knee injury, unless you're Adrian Peterson, isn't good, mm-hmm. right? With the exception that Adrian Peterson ran for like 2,000 yards that next year after he tore his ACL. After he came back it's like 5 months after he tore his ACL, he was back. And then he was still that guy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I just don't see Breece being that guy this year. Now, maybe later in the year he'll be real good for you come playoff time. He's a guy that I don't think you're going to need a lot of production out of early in the season. Yep. And so you're going to kind of have to sit on him to get the value out of him for this year, especially in your redraft leagues. If you drafted him, he's a playoff guy for you.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, if you're actually a Jets fan, you don't want to see him out. You want to see him rest. You've brought in Dalvin Cook to handle the load. The guy was RB1 in Minnesota for years and years. I mean, this guy, Dalvin Cook's awesome.
Every year he's had over 1,100 yards rushing.
Dude. And so but yeah, just rest Breece Hall. But for me, I'm not starting him. And also, like I said, I put a note down here, not starting any Cardinals. So there you go. Not one damn Cardinal. So
James Conner? You like James Conner?
Nope.
Okay.
Not starting anybody this week from the Cardinals.
All right.
But yeah.
But there we go. Those are the 5 guys that we're not playing this week. What do you guys think? Are these guys, are we wrong? Are we off on this? Should I be playing Josh Jacobs? I doubt it. But let me know. Leave a comment. Send us an email, strikeupbeer@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'm Alan.
Grab a Dave.
Talk to you guys later. Deuces.
These are the dudes you want to set them.
Don't you dare start them. Thank you for listening to the SB Fantasy Football Podcast.
Hello, Saver. Whether you're saving for that trip to the tropics or saving for an emergency, now is the time to take advantage of Wells Fargo's savings options. Wells Fargo offers savings accounts that can help you save towards your goals. So, what are you saving for? Visit a Wells Fargo branch or wellsfargo.com/save to open a savings account today.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Wells Fargo presents one of the surest ways to grow your money. A Wells Fargo CD account, where you can earn a 5.00% annual percentage yield on an 11-month term with a minimum opening deposit of $5,000. Visit a Wells Fargo branch or wellsfargo.com/CD rates to open a CD account and start growing your savings with us.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.